If you'd like stronger legs, then squats and leg presses are two of the best strength building exercises. But which one is better, especially for aging bodies? Some people argue that squats are more functional, while other people argue that leg presses are safer for your back and your knees. So which one is better? In this video, I'll break down the benefits and drawbacks of each exercise, how they affect your muscles and joints, and help you decide which one is best for you. So let's first build the case for squats. Squats are definitely more functional. There's a reason they're called the king of all exercises. They work your entire body. You have to stabilize the weight using your back muscles and arms. You have to use your core to help support your trunk weight. You have to use your hips and your hip external rotators to help stabilize your knees in a side-to-side direction. And of course, there's the balance aspect, making sure you keep the weight centered over top of your feet. So squats are without question a more functional exercise than leg press. They also use a lot more muscles than leg press. But there's also the fact that squats load vertically through your spine. They compress down this way, and especially if you're using a heavy weight, that can put a lot of stress on your lower back. Now, of course, you're going to use your core muscles to stabilize, but if you have had some lower back problems, you may wonder if that's safe to do. Additionally, if you squat deeper, that can create more compression behind your kneecaps, which if you have knee arthritis, can be problematic, especially if you're not using correct form. Now, what about leg presses? Leg presses are without question less functional than squats. It offers a more limited range of motion than does the squat because at some point your thighs come into contact with your abdomen. You're stabilized by the machine, and so you have to use a lot less core and stabilizing muscles as well. But that does offer one major advantage, that all you have to worry about is pushing with your legs. So you can typically load up a little heavier weight, you can push harder and longer without having to worry about crushing yourself with the weight or racking and unracking it. So it allows you to strictly focus on strengthening your legs. Now, on the other side of things, leg presses are also good for people rehabilitating from injuries or people who've become very deconditioned. You can put less than full body weight on a leg press, which is good in those circumstances. However, if you're not able to do just a bodyweight squat, you're going to be very limited in your everyday life. Getting up from chairs, getting up from the floor, going up and down stairs. So at some point, you do want to use a load that's greater than your body weight, whether you're squatting or whether you're doing a leg press. Now, our leg press is really a safer alternative to squats. There's less risk of serious injury because you do have so many safety mechanisms built into a leg press. However, it's for that very reason, because of the perceived safety factor, that I've actually seen more injuries from leg presses in my physical therapy clinic than I have from squats. People will either load up too much weight, go too deep with it and allow their lower back to round out on the back pad, or conversely, they'll arch their back too much, not pressing it all the way into the back pad. I've even had patients who have gone to physical therapy at other places and have been injured on the leg press during therapy. So whether you're squatting or whether you're doing leg presses, you do have to use proper form and an appropriate amount of weight. And if you're squatting with free weights, always use a power rack or safety catches if there's some risk that you might fail. And quite honestly, if there's no risk at all that you might fail, you're probably not lifting heavy enough. So always keep safety in mind, whether you're squatting or doing leg presses. So which is better, squats or leg press? Well, it's not an either or question. There are different benefits to each of them, and I like to include both in my workouts. And that begs the question, should you do squats and leg press in the same workout? There's no hard and fast rule, but I prefer not to. By the time I'm done doing a heavy set of squats, I'm totally taxed, and anything on the leg press would be less than a full effort. So usually on squat days, I'll just do some lighter finishing moves like leg curls or calf exercises, and call it a day. On the leg press, I'm usually loading up the leg press, and that's the heavy exercise for the day, and then doing finishing exercises after that. You may have different preferences. If you do, leave a comment below letting me know what works best for you. Now, are there other exercises that blend the best of both worlds, where you can get the benefits of both squats and leg presses? There absolutely are. And hack squats is one of my favorites. With hack squats, you can get the depth of a squat, whereas with a leg press, your knees come up to your chest and limit your range of motion. But you also have the safety and stability of a leg press, where you don't have to worry about the weight coming down on you. You don't have to worry about stabilizing with your core. So all you have to do is think about pushing with your legs through a full range of motion like a squat. So that's why hack squats have become one of my absolute favorites. The hack squat machine you see me using in the video is the Keep A10. It's a combination of a leg press and a hack squat combined, and it's a great addition to a home gym. Now, another alternative is doing a Smith machine squat. A Smith machine squat still requires you to stabilize with your core to some extent, although not quite as much as with a true free weight squat. Additionally, with Smith machine squats, you have the ability to lock the weight in at any point, as well as bottom safety catches to keep you from going down too deep. So it gives you the safety features of a leg press with a little bit more core work like a squat. Additionally, because you don't have to worry about balancing yourself, you can move your feet more directly under the bar to give you a greater quad workout, or walk your feet out in front of the bar to emphasize your glutes and hamstrings a little bit more. The Smith machine you see me using in the video is the Keep P-Max 4750. It allows you to do both Smith machine squats, free weight squats, as well as a vertical leg press, along with complete upper body workouts. So if you'd like to check out either of those products, I'll put links down in the description below. And if you learned something useful from this video, leave a comment letting me know what you like best. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.